Hello, welcome. I'm Aaron Ames, and thanks for joining us today for the Lone Star Conference Online Basketball Media Day. And joining me is Texas A&M Keithville men's head basketball coach Pete Peterson.
How you doing, Aaron?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us. And first off, I guess 3 returnees back this season. So you've got a whole host of newcomers. How's that kind of gelling coming along, getting them into the routine?
Well, now that we've been into it about a week, last night was our best practice, and that's what you're hoping for, is that every day you get a little bit better. And finished our practice with a bang last night, which is great. One of the drills we do, we have to get a certain number of baskets in a certain amount of time, and we accomplish it at the buzzer, and it's a great way to finish practice. Everybody runs out of the gym happy, and so I'm really pleased with our effort, very pleased with our attitude. And we just named our captains 2 days ago. Marshall Bonds is one of the seniors. Reed Wallace, another one of the seniors. We only have 2 seniors, so that's nice. So they voted for those guys. And then Rashad Basin, one of our newcomers. And so very seldom we have a newcomer come in and get enough votes to be captain right away, but he's earned it through all his hard work. And now those guys can take on some of the leadership that I've had to do. And we wanted to wait for a while to see where we're at, but they're really starting to come together great.
Now, with so many newcomers, what have kind of been the focus on practice? Because, obviously, I guess maybe a lot more teaching than you is going into practice at this point than what you're probably used to.
Well, wherever they come from, we ask them to just forget everything else they've been taught, or just do what we ask them to do. And our biggest thing was conditioning, and that's always tough. You don't have basketball a lot. You only have it in your hands for 2 hours a week up until October 15th. Some guys come pro, they just don't understand that, but that's the NCAA rules we have to live with. And so it's just hard for them. So it's just conditioning. So you're just getting them through that part of conditioning, make it tougher. And that's the main thing. Now we're trying to get them all together and start focusing as a group. We still have a lot of competition for a lot of spots. And that's gonna be that way, I think, throughout the season. Some are pretty close, but we're just trying to get them together.
Well, and that competition obviously can be a good thing. They're constantly striving to have to be better than someone else in practice. That competition carries over when they're on the court.
It's fantastic. If they have a bad day, they have a bad 10 minutes, they're out, and the other guy's in, and I'm fine with that. They're the ones that have to figure that out. So, because the talent's pretty similar, pretty equal, I'd say. And so, yeah, they can't have a bad day.
Now, with some of these newcomers, who are some of the ones who kind of caught your eye through the first week of practice?
Right now, I'd say Rashad Basin, who's moved up into our captain role, and he's just been outstanding all through conditioning, through weights, through everything else. He's been very steady, very solid. Royal Crouch is coming on lately. He's got some injuries he's still been dealing with, but when he gets healthy, he's really doing something. And Dwight Taylor, older guy, same thing. He's fantastic attitude, just works extremely hard every day.
Now, what about the returnees you have? You said 2 seniors. How have they kind of grown this year? You mentioned they're both captains, and obviously they've jumped into those leadership roles. Is that their biggest positive that they've given to you this year, being the leaders, or how have they looked on the court?
Well, yeah, Marshall Bonds last year, he definitely was not. I never would have put him in that position, never. And all of a sudden, he just kind of emerged. He came back with a whole new attitude, and so it's really neat to see when you see somebody change for the better. And that's what Marshall's done. That's very exciting, and I think he's very sincere about it too. He's wanting that position. Reed Wallace was in the background, but he's also now stepping up, and it's great to have 2 guys that have been with you that understand what's about. They were helping the new guys early on, so I saw the leadership standing out early, which we didn't have last year.
Well, Coach, it sounds like we're up for an exciting year. I thank you for taking the time to be with us today on the Lone Star Conference Basketball Media Day.
It's great to be out here in the gym, LSC. Here we go.
All right, well, thanks a lot.